Welcome to the MSJC Internet Authoring Videocast.
In this video, you'll be learning how to complete Guided Practice 11C. So in Guided Practice 11C, you're going to be learning how to implement object arrays. So the way that object arrays differ from the arrays that you've been creating in the past is that they will contain objects, or arrays that contain objects instead of primitives. And to start it out, what I need to demonstrate for you is to show you, if you think back to your previous arrays that included primitives, when you put numeric primitives in there like integers and doubles, they were, by default, each element was assigned a value of 0. But when you're dealing with object arrays, each element will be a value of null by default. So let's demonstrate that concept for you. Inside of main here, I'm going to go ahead and create a new object array using doubles. We'll call it DBL, double for short. And it will be a 5-element array. So this is the creation of an object array. Next, I want to just demonstrate this concept of the fact that we have an empty array that we've created here, right? We've got 5 elements, but each element is empty. We haven't really assigned any object into those arrays yet. So let's create a for loop here. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and output the contents of each element in this object array. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this now. And you can see the results are we do have a 5-element array, and the default value then of each element is a null object. So that's an important difference, again, between primitive arrays that you created in the past and object arrays that we're demonstrating here in Guided Practice 11C. Now let's go ahead and populate this array. We'll just assign random values in here, so we'll go ahead and import the random class. And then I'll create a new instance of a random object. And then we'll use a for loop to go ahead and populate our object array. So each time through the loop, then we'll go ahead and target one of the elements in the array, and we'll just assign it our random objects next double method. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this again, and now we see the output there. We are indeed having randomly generated double values being assigned into each element. So that's really all I needed to show you here in this particular guided practice. For your guided practice, the assignment is to have you create an object array, but of 10 integer objects. And just as we did here in the guided practice, initialize each of the elements within that object array by generating a random number and print out all of the values for each element in the array. So the key here is to remember that you're going to be creating integer objects, not primitive integers. So just like I did here If you look at the creation of the array, you're just going to put capital I integer instead of lowercase int like you generally do when you're using the primitive value, the primitive type. Okay, so again, the assignment is create 10 integer objects in an array, initialize each of the elements within that array using a random number, and then print out each of the values. That's it for now. Until next time, happy coding! If you liked this video, please click the like button and leave us a comment down below. I also would appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, click the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos are posted.